is the driver of the number 17 Fifth Third Bank Ford Mustang, Chris Buescher.
That sounds like shit. Back away from your mic.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Go 17.
I was not happy.
I was very happy.
For the first time, I was not happy for a Chris Buescher win.
Well, just like people are getting tired of it. He's dominating.
It ain't that. It wasn't that. It was better him than Brad, but and Harvick and about anybody else in that top 10 except for Chase.
That's
But
2 points.
It is.
I told you. I need you to roll the footage back. I need you to put it in this episode.
No.
When I say 17's going to win this race.
No.
You need to put it in right here.
No, absolutely not.
You need to.
Why? They just heard it last week.
Do it again.
No.
They can hear it again.
Why?
Go back and listen to it.
Okay, then. There you go. Now I got to put it in.
Give us another view.
That's more work. Yeah. Go back last week. Listen to what you've already listened to. Then come back.
Yeah.
Listen to this one. But this is True Davis and Raleigh. We'll be back at you with a Howline episode not 37.
73?
73. I'm dyslexic. I'm dick lexic.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, it's been
My
fun.
dick has ears.
Chris Buescher winning. We all know what that means. For the third time this year.
Chris Buescher needs to chill the hell out. Tell you what.
Damn.
It's only the Ford drivers that are making us do this year.
You know he's fourth in points. You know he's fourth in points.
I told you that.
That's crazy.
Well, not in the actual.
No, he's fourth in
the actual point. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's the fourth
I thought he was
seed.
sixth in the actual.
Nah, he's the fourth seed.
The fourth seed.
Brad's like ninth.
He is Kentucky. Here we go, counting again.
Brad's ninth.
Doing your math homework.
Brad's a 9 seed.
Nine.
He's sixth in regular season points.
Good for him. Still ain't won a race though.
Don't need to. Matt Kenseth.
I don't need to do that.
Anyways, we got a shotgun of beer, don't we?
I guess so. That's what calls for. Damn, boy, this thing's sweating like a motherfucker.
One go.
I caught another crick in my neck. Either I don't do it or I catch a crick in my neck.
I'm very good at that.
And I got beer on my cheek.
I'm very good at that.
That makes one of us.
You're just slow. You got to open up your throat a little bit.
You're good at that. I need lessons.
I know. I mean, hey.
I know. All right.
I'm the throat goat around here. Pause.
I don't know if that's a good thing for you to be. I
am the Michael Jordan of shotgunning beers.
Oh.
I may not be
Good
the
thing
fastest.
I haven't had a lot to eat today.
May not be the fastest overall, but I am undefeated.
I'm slower than Chase Elliott this year. Dog shotgun.
Damn, son.
Hey, I got to take a shot at my own driver, man. He missed the playoffs, so I mean, you gotta. You know, when we lost South Carolina, I wanted to damn kill the whole team. So
I couldn't even enjoy the win. I couldn't even enjoy it.
We have heard this story a million times.
You were bitching so bad, I couldn't even enjoy the win.
I didn't say nothing.
I felt bad.
You felt bad.
I sat there and I was like, man, this sucks.
You come run over
I
there.
think Trent's going to kill himself. I'm just sitting there like, I was going to talk shit. And then you're sitting there like fucking, literally looked like your fucking dog just died. And you're just sitting there. And I'm like, I know that feeling, but he's taking a little too far right now.
I was hammered. I was so fucking drunk. I was like 10 shots deep, 12 beers. I was in a rough shape.
You were pretty mad Sunday or Saturday night.
I was. It's like a. I've said this on this podcast before. I was like a dad, disappointed dad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Yeah. I was somewhat happy.
You said
that Chris Buescher won. The problem was Chase Elliott was up there. I'd rather Chase Elliott just wreck in that big wreck than finish.
Because he had a chance, and then it's disappointing at the end.
Yeah,
you hate when that happens. That's like when Chris finished second before he got disqualified a couple years ago.
Yeah, and you were very upset.
I was very mad
because he had to win. He had to win that race to make the playoffs, and he did.
And what you said to me was that you're more disappointed that Chase didn't win the race than not making the playoffs.
That's true.
That's what I said to you Saturday. Is like, look, Playoffs don't fucking matter. The champion doesn't matter. It's about winning fucking races. The drivers have said that. Harvick and
2020.
The 11 both said that they wouldn't trade their fucking 14 wins or whatever they had between the two for a championship. So,
because the format.
Yeah, just because winning races is what matters. So, the fact that Chris has 3 of them, he's not going to win a championship this year. I'm not stupid, but 3 wins is better than 1 win and the championship, looking into the championship. So, in my opinion, but what'd you think about that race? Other than the fact that your guy was close but didn't pull out at the end.
I don't know what he did after the race. I don't know what about pulling out.
He likes dudes.
I hope it was Livy Dunn. Pause.
Hopefully not.
No, it was a hell of a race, man. I really enjoyed it.
She can do better than Chase
from start to finish. Don't.
She can do better with me.
Double fisting.
Have you seen
that's what it looked like.
Have you seen that meme of Donald Trump? Because you know how Trump dances like this.
Oh yeah.
He's like, this is what I do with 2 guys.
Oh my god! No, I have not seen that.
Anyways,
is that on iFunny?
Yeah, it's a NASCAR
You have no
podcast.
social media.
Yeah. I use iFunny. It's a Don't download that.
You and 25 other people.
It's
in the
a
world.
Russian propaganda app. So yeah, how'd you like the race?
It was a great race. A great weekend of racing at Daytona. You had some scary moments, but the Xfinity race on Saturday was amazing up until the end where it became a wreck fest. Saturday night, no weather for the first time. Well, I guess in 2021 it didn't have weather. 2020 didn't either, just last year and the years before. So, got lucky with that. No weather. Night race at Daytona just looks so amazing. Even if the race is not great, it just looks great on television to the naked eye. And I enjoyed myself. We watched it at your house first, and we came over to my house because we were making too much noise, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna be making noise. There's no way. And you got a daughter, so it's trying to go to sleep. So there was no way we were gonna be able to watch the end of the race at your house. We came over to my house and watched the rest of it, and I had a great time, and ate some pizza, drank some beer, and got to see one of my guys win. It wasn't the one that I wanted to win. It's not the one that I needed to win, but it was still a great weekend to race. And Justin Allgaier winning the Xfinity race on Friday night was cool. Probably should have been Sheldon Creed. He gave another race away when he had one of the best cars. Him and Austin Hill were again stupid fast. RCR's got something figured out at the Xfinity series at these super speedways, but Sheldon didn't get the job done again when he only had like 6-7 competitive cars left. So, but I like Justin Allgaier, so I'm glad to see him win for Junior Motorsports, and Saturday Chris winning, and my fourth guy winning, and not Kevin Harvick or Brad Keselowski or any other guy that I'm really not a huge fan of. And I know Chase came close and it really stung, but just looking over the year overall for us Chase Elliott fans and Chase Elliott as the driver, he didn't deserve to make the playoffs this year. It would have been nice if he would have. It would have made, I think the ratings are going to suffer, which we might talk about a little bit, but just because Chase doesn't make the playoffs, at least in the driver's side. But he didn't deserve to make it, man. He missed 7 races, 6 due to his leg injury, and 1 for getting suspended for wrecking Denny Hamlin at the Coke 600. So you add all those up, would he have made it on points? Absolutely. He'd have been right there with Kevin and Brad, I'm sure, in points. If you just calculate the races that he missed compared to how he drove after he got back, he'd have made the playoffs on points. But shit happens. You don't always get what you want in life. It's getting very, very obvious as you get older and older in your life and become an adult. So it is what it is, man. I'm not going to dwell over it. It's Chase had a great run. He had 3 straight Final Fours. He was the only person to do that the past 3 years. That's a hell of an accomplishment. I think making the Final Four is more impressive, if not more impressive than winning the championship. Because I think it's just a roll of dice to win the championship at Phoenix. So he had a hell of a run, came up short, but I still got some guys in. I still got Blaney in. I still got Kyle Larson in. And I still got Buescher in. So we'll still be cheering on those guys and see how they do. But I enjoyed this weekend. It was a very fun weekend of racing, night racing. Always love it, especially at Daytona. Had a blast.
Oh yeah, it was a good race. Not just because My guy won the race.
My guy. What the hell? Are you from Boston?
Get
in the fucking car.
in the car. But yeah, it was a great race. I mean, there were some points in it where they kind of trained a little bit like I predicted, but, you know, that second stage, they raced 3 wide for quite a while. Guys could make their way up through the field. You could pass a little bit. It wasn't as, you know, just kind of two by two, nobody going anywhere as maybe some of the other super speedway races have been in this next gen car.
It was the beginning, and then as the track cooled down,
Denny Hamlin started 19th, and he was up at the front by lap 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it was no passing at the beginning, but I'm saying that high line really didn't get going until after the night fully got, like, the sun completely went down.
Yeah, and Daytona's slick. It's narrow, so handling is an issue there, more so than at Talladega. Even at night, that track is hot and slick, and, you know, bottom, it's very difficult to hold the bottom. You know, we had some big wrecks. We had Blaney just killing the outside wall, looked like Dale Sr. 2.0. Good to see he got out of that car uninjured, because that was a hell of a hit. Then you had Priest, you know, flipping his dick off. Looked like, damn, Ricky Bobby flipping down the backstretch.
Charlotte.
That shit was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw it happen. It didn't look real. But whenever you have that and you got good racing going on, there's really not a lot to complain about. Then you have that, well, I guess Priest was the one that brought out that caution with 3 to go. So we had the green-white checkered, and I knew as soon as that green-white checkered came out, and, you know, they did the choose, and Chris was on the top with Brad behind him, there wasn't a way in the world a Roush car wasn't going in that race. Those two,
I said that.
Yeah, those two were just too strong. At super speedway racing, they work too well together, and Havoc, Harvick and Harvick and the 9 were just not the cars that you needed. Maybe if you had, I don't know.
Some idiots were
Denny
saying
Hamlin up there. Or
some idiots were saying on social media that Harvick was not trying to win the race because he didn't want to help Chase Elliott out.
If Harvick won the race, then he would have won the race. That wouldn't have helped
that's what I'm saying. It made no sense. They just, because Harvick doesn't like Chase Elliott and Chase Elliott doesn't like Harvick, that's why they couldn't.
Who was saying that? Like Chase
Trolls.
Elliott fans?
Yeah, some Chase Elliott, some Harvick fans, just idiots.
You're going to win the race.
Yeah,
Nobody out there wasn't.
Just because I mean, we saw, what was it, in 2012, Talladega Spring Race. Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski, 2-car tangoed away from the whole field on a late race restart. And because they were trying to win the race. They didn't care who was in front of them.
Yeah.
So that had nothing to do with it.
But like I said, it didn't matter. You could have lined up Dale Earnhardt Jr. and fucking Michael Waltrip on the inside. I don't know if they would have
okay.
I don't know if they would have beat them Roush
in a Gen 4 car against this Gen 7 car, they'd fucking fly past them boys.
Sure they would. But if they were in the same equipment, I don't know. But, yeah, those...
Is Michael Waltrip at the right track or wrong track?
He's in Bristol. Yeah, it's good to see. First 1-2 finish since Bristol. We talk about that race quite often. It was the last oval win for RFK before Bristol again. So talk about that race all the time. Carl Edwards and Ricky Stenhouse finishing 1-2. So this was the first time that RFK has had a 1-2 finish since then, almost 10 years ago. Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of wish it was Brad that won. I'm glad that Chris won because I picked him, and that gave me 2 points, and he is my favorite driver over Brad. But eventually Brad's going to have to win one. It's just one of those things that, like...
One of those days.
It's... Like even me, like watching the race, I was like, "What if Chris? If I was Chris here, I'd think about pulling over, like just letting Brad take it because, I don't know if the confidence is higher now or lower now for Brad because he's getting beat by his teammate, which he's always been kind of the guy. Him and Joey were kind of 1 and 1A, but he's getting close, and he's not finishing the deal. But at least when he's getting beat by his teammate, I guess. But I'm hoping Brad gets one before the year's out because he deserves a win. So hopefully we see that. But yeah, it was a great night. Third win in 5 races for Chris Buescher. That's wild. That doesn't even seem like a real sentence that anybody should have words to put together.
Yeah. Also, people said it's like the NFL. It's scripted because of his sponsor, Fifth Third Bank. His third win in 5 races, or third win in 5 races.
Yeah, fifth third. That's backwards though. So
yeah, 5th race, third win.
Yeah,
out of the 5 races.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's scripted. A guy that's got 6 fans in the country is winning all the races.
We got 2 of them right here.
Yeah. It's so scripted that the most popular driver has missed 7 races, got suspended, and isn't making the playoffs. That's
good storyline.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It's definitely not scripted because if they scripted Ryan Preece to flip his dick off like he did, I think they need to go back to the drawing board and come up with something else because that was fucking could have killed that man. But
whoever wrote the script did not like the name Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Preece and Blaney both ate some shit. But great race, not just because my guy won, but of course,
what would you rate?
It's always the cherry on top. I mean, it was the best super speedway race this year that I've seen on TV.
Still wasn't better than Atlanta, at least from what we saw.
Yeah, man, but we were there in Atlanta.
Right, yeah, but everybody else said it was amazing.
Yeah, and everybody loved the race, and it got to finish. So that's got something over Atlanta. Atlanta, you didn't get to see a finish. Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, I think this was the best Daytona or Talladega race we've seen in this car.
For sure.
And if it's not better than Atlanta, it's just as good. It was one of the best.
If Atlanta would have finished, it would be right up there. These two would be right there with.
I think this is up there for the top 2-3 race of the year.
I'd rate it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
there's not much I can.
Even when they rode around, it was interesting because you knew that something was coming.
You had different strategies.
Yeah.
You also had, when the green flag pit stops at the very end, you didn't have just manufacturers coming down pit road. Oh, here comes the Chevys, here's the Toyotas, here comes the Fords. You had Chevys and Fords coming down pit road with each other. Then you had Toyotas and Fords coming down with each other, and you had Chevys and Toyotas coming. It was all over the place, which I love. I've always not been a huge fan of this manufacturer bullshit the past 6-7 years in the Cup Series, these super speedways. It was refreshing to see, hey, whoever you're around or whatever strategy we got, we're going to pit with these guys because they're fast. We're going to try to beat the other guys that pitted a lap before us, or we're going to try to beat these guys who are going to pit a lap after us. That's more entertaining than, all right, the Chevy's going to pit at lap 32 here. The Toyotas are going to pit at lap 35, and then the Fords are going to pit at lap 36. That was the motto at these super speedways for 4 or 5 years. You remember those? It kind of just took the entertainment out because you knew who was going to work with who. And it felt like at Saturday night, you just helped whoever was in front of you, whoever was directly in front of you, you were going to try to push them and help them to help your own self out instead of try to wait on your teammates, on your manufacturer buddies behind you to get their shit situated. And I appreciated that. I want a genuine super speedway race. You push whoever the fuck's in front of you, and you go for broke. And I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I just want to say a few things about some wild statistics real quick. All right, there's a couple guys that, Chris Buescher has 5 wins now.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to think. These are some dudes that have less than him that fairly decent race cars.
Hold on, let me think. Is there? I know there's a couple I know. Just go ahead.
Brian Vickers only got 3 in his career.
Really? He had 5.
Elliott Sadler only with 3 in his career.
Yeah.
Eric Jones only has 3 wins. Robbie Gordon only has 3 wins.
Really?
Ross Chastain only has 3 wins. Eric Almirola only has.
Well, I know that. I knew that.
Michael Waltrip only has 4 wins. Morgan Shepherd only has 4 wins. Ken Schrader only has 4 wins.
Damn.
Tyler Reddick, Joe Nemechek, Bobby Hamilton
has 5.
4.
4?
Austin Dillon,
That's true.
4. Jeremy Mayfield, tied with 5. Alan Kowicki, tied with 5.
Alan Kowicki's only got 5 wins?
Lord Burton, tied with 5. Christopher Bell, tied with 5. Christopher Bell and...
Check that for data.
Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and Eric Jones
have less wins than Chris Buescher.
Well,
to be fair, though, one of them was in fog.
Three of those drivers I've named are considered top 5 talents in NASCAR.
Hold on. Oh, Reddick
Christopher
and
Bell.
Reddick and Bell, yeah.
Christopher Bell, people say he's, fucking sliced bread. He's the new Joey Logano. Eric Jones, everybody thought he was going to be the shit coming out. Tyler Reddick, I said it last year that he's the most talented driver in NASCAR. Chris Buescher got more wins than that guy. In worse equipment. Well, what has been worse equipment.
Yeah.
But that's just that. I mean, at the beginning of this season.
If you would have told me.
What if I told you? I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. Of course, I'm happy.
You want to beat off right here on camera?
No. But it's almost like I don't believe that it's going to sustain, Like, I don't want to get too excited about it because, like, I feel like next year we're going to be running 20th again or something. So I'm not super excited, but, like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm pretty happy.
I bet you are.
I'm pretty happy about it.
I mean, I was kind of like that way in 18 when Chase finally broke through after waiting 99 to start for him to win, and then he went a walk in the win, and then he won twice in the playoffs. Kind of the same thing. So I know how you're feeling, but he has a great race. It was a great race, and Chris Buescher, he is nobody knew about him before the season. Not a lot of people really paid him any attention. They're paying attention to him now.